Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 already of Quasi-Tonality's Vanilla Sandbox, and I am Quasi-Tonality. Hi. And in here, I just realized that I've recorded about like 6 minutes worth of stuff and did a whole bunch of work, and my mic wasn't working. So yeah, I did a bunch of stuff and you didn't hear about it. Here is the silos. Here is item filters. There are tutorials on how to do this. I'm not going to go through explaining everything all over again when I already did it, even though you didn't see it. So, sorry about that. But yeah, there's tutorials on this on YouTube. So you can look up item filters or like Minecraft item silos, or I'm sure you'll find something. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do now is figure out how to send a minecart loaded with cobblestone or whatever other junk we're going to store in this deep storage room, and it's going to deposit the junk in this hopper line, and it's going to go through the hopper line, and the filters, if they see something that they can pull out, they're going to pull it out. Obviously, if we send sticks through here, it'll screw everything up, so we're not going to send sticks into this storage room. If I do that, kick me in the butt. Here is the minecart depot that I have created after looking at a tutorial on YouTube. So minecart comes in, when it sits on here, stuff starts going through this hopper, it's going to turn off the powered rail, so the minecart will sit there until it's done unloading stuff, and then it's going to go back from whence it came. Due to technical shenanigans, I had to change the design a little bit. Takeaway is there has to be a chest in between the hopper that unloads the minecart and the hopper line. Otherwise, the comparator does not have time to detect that there is something in the hopper, and it just sends the minecart away right off. Alright, for me, many tests and frustrations later, you were spared that, thankfully. Alright, let's see if we can get up there before it finishes doing its thing. Well, it hasn't come back yet, so that's good. Almost there. And here it is. Doing its thing, unloading. It takes a little while. That stuff should be filling up our silo. Yep, and it's coming in. Wait, which chest is it filling? There it goes. This project is turning out to be a little bigger than I had originally anticipated. I mean, look at that. When it's finished, this is going to be like a huge wall of hoppers and chests. It's amazing. Anyway, I think we've got about 5 minutes of recording time left in this episode by my estimation. It is currently a new morning for me, like at the time of recording. Yesterday, yep, I'll say it, I played a little too much Minecraft again. Binging is never a good thing, kids. It doesn't matter if you're running, or eating yogurt, or reading Shakespeare. You don't want to do it too much all at once. But I think the worst thing that I could do right now, as far as that goes, is to take a break for a few days at this point, because what I'm really trying to do here is train my brain to get used to the idea of playing video games Minecraft or any other video game for a short amount of time on a consistent basis, rather than playing for hours on end and then burning out and not playing for several days or weeks. So yeah, so I'm just going to keep trucking and try to cut myself off at a decent time every day, and I think it'll get better as I be more persistent about it. Obviously, I ran out of wood for chests, which is why I'm doing this at the moment. I'll go ahead and say it, too much video games is bad for you. But I will stick to my guns and maintain that if you're reasonable about when and how much you play, video games can be a very positive thing in your life. I recently watched a YouTube video, or TED Talk, in fact, given by a brain scientist who did some laboratory studies on the effects of video games on certain kinds of mental performance. And you would think that, like, if the experiment was trying to test for positive effects on performance of regular video game playing, you would think that they would test for, like, video games that are supposed to be like mental exercises, you know, like strategy games or you know, creativity games like Minecraft. But in fact, the games that they tested for were action games like Call of Duty, and they found that people who played, and here's the thing, 5 to 15 hours a week. So that's that's the kind of time that, like, you know, hardcore gamers might put in like 2 days. But 5 to 15 hours a week playing games like Call of Duty, they found that the test subjects had better visual and attentional skills. So in fact, that 5 to 15 hours of screen time did not hurt their vision, but made it better. But probably not because they were looking at a screen, but because of the things they were doing. Like, they were better at discerning detail amid a noisy visual environment. And they were also better at attentional abilities like object tracking. Now, to anyone who has played video games and has some, at least some vague idea of how the brain actually trains itself and how mental skills are developed, I mean, these results should come as no surprise. We've found similar things for, like, similar results for other kinds of activities that you know that playing Call of Duty is going to train your, well, it's going to develop your ability to track objects and notice things in a visual environment. So that should come as no surprise. It should also come as no surprise that sitting down and doing anything at all for like 6 hours a day is going to negatively affect things in your life, like, well, your social life, for example, unless that thing that you spend 6 hours a day doing is your job. And honestly, that is only because your job is the only thing that you have time to do for 6 hours a day without neglecting other things. It's also worth mentioning that different video games will train different mental abilities. Obviously, Minecraft is not going to train the same mental abilities that Call of Duty would train, but also some video games might not train any mental abilities, and this is one of the ways you can recognize, I think, the difference between a good game and a time waster. Like, I don't think Farmville is going to train anyone's mental abilities in any way, and I think the reason for that has to do with the way that certain video games challenge you. Like, if a video game challenges some sort of mental skill, whether it's object tracking, or creative abilities, or strategic thinking, or multitasking, that was something that I had to learn to play Age of Empires. If it challenges you in that way, then it's going to, it's going to stimulate growth. If a game does not challenge you, if it's just sort of a way that you just vegetate and kill time, then it's not going to give you any benefit. Like, no challenge, no benefit. I mean, imagine if you told your friend that they should read more because it will improve their mind if they read more. And they come to you and they say, "Hey, I've been reading more. I have been expanding my mind." And you'll be like, "Cool, what have you been reading?" And they're like, "Twilight." You see what I'm saying? And I just broke my diamond axe. But QT, you say, how much time should I spend playing video games, then? The answer to that, of course, is going to depend on your own personal lifestyle and your priorities. It's like saying, how much time should I spend working out or reading? The answer is that, well, you should probably spend some time doing it. Well, I wouldn't say that people who don't have any desire to play video games should play video games. Or, I don't know, maybe you could make that argument. But anyway, for some people, for instance, who are more serious about exercising, they're gonna want to spend more time exercising, like maybe up to 20 hours a week exercising, whereas like a person who's like a filthy casual exerciser is going to spend maybe 3 or 4 hours a week exercising, and that could be enough to keep them healthy. I'd say if you are a busy person with a lot of things in their life that are more important to them than video games, 5 to 12 hours a week, probably. For like a serious hobbyist, if video games are like your thing, I'd say probably, like if you have like a regular, normal job that you spend the normal amount of time doing, and you like want to have friends and stuff, I'd say probably up to 18 hours a week. But if you are spending 20 hours or more a week playing video games, then I think you need to ask yourself, are video games this important to me and this special, like such a special thing in my life? Because at that point, you realize that you are spending as much time on video games as you would on a job. And maybe the answer to that question is yes, video games are that important and that special to me. If the answer to that if that is the answer to that question, then you might want to consider that video games should be something. I did not do this. Oh, there's the culprit. Okay. What was I saying? You should really consider that if video games are that important to you, then you might want to try, making something out of them. Maybe you want to go into, like, designing games, or, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. I don't know. At any rate, at that point, video games should definitely be more than just something you do in your free time, because, like, I don't think anybody has that much just free time. I know I don't. I have leveled a small forest. I am all stocked up on chests and hoppers. That is plenty enough to finish my hello. Ow. Plenty enough to finish my silos, and I have quite a decent bit of wood stocked up. So, I think, oh well, my inventory was all sorted. Get out of here. I think this is a good place to end, like, both the episode and my playtime for today. So, thanks for watching. I joke about how nobody watches and how I don't care if anybody watches, but I do kind of hope somebody watches. I mean, if I didn't, then I wouldn't be recording. But thank you for watching, if you are, and for listening to me ramble about video games and stuff. So if you like that, then you can like the video and subscribe. See ya!